Guys, I'm back to do another video. It is a reiteration on my video I did already once before, just yesterday. So um, it's just a reiteration, but also it's something I recognize that I didn't finish speaking about, and we're gonna get to it in a minute. I'm gonna do this Paul Santo, wherever you are in the world, wherever you may be, noon, night, morning. I hope you're having a great one. Always attend. Sometimes I don't check them. Sometimes I do. I'll go and I'll look and see if I you know missed over something, or if you know I said something that shouldn't have been or shouldn't be. I'll come back on and reiterate sometimes on some of the things, but sometimes I don't. But I got the singing bowl. Have any earbud? If you have any earbuds, earpods, if you're on a PC, whatever it may be on, I ask that you turn it down. Here we go. All right. Yesterday I was speaking about um, prophecy and whose prophecy is what. Now I mentioned about the Begigis or Egigis, however you want to pronounce it. These beings were not a slave race to the Anunnaki. They were the architects. They were the ones that were mining for gold. They were the ones that were architecting, building things. But in my video, I said it is the Anunnaki are the ones who genetically modified humans, not the Gigis, but the Anunnaki are the ones who modified, genetically engineered hominids. These are the ancestors before the Homo sapiens, before humans actually evolved. But in actuality, I think they really downgraded because the evolving within the hominids, um, I believe they were more in tune to everything around them. But I don't think so much telepathically, but I do believe that they were on a completely different level because when I hear of junk DNA, I hear of telomere caps, on your DNA, which they consider that junk DNA, but which is really not junk DNA. This type of thing would lead me to believe that they were a lot more. They were a lot more intelligent than humans today. This is my belief. I mean, however you want to look at it, it's up to you how you want to look at this video. I hate commercials. And this thing hasn't done it at all since I've been playing this. All of a sudden, it wants to start doing it. It's the devil. It's the energy of the devil that's interrupting my video. But I just believe that these hominids were more in tune with everything around them, and that's something that was taken from when Enki supposedly modified the hominids. Um, that's my belief. Um, let's see what else. So, like I said, the EGGs didn't modify. It was the Anunnaki. It was Inky that genetically engineered what the Creator created already. They just kind of tinkered with what the Creator had created. Um, and a lot of the stuff that's happening in Israel, this is already planned. There's a thing called um, divine timing, and this is all written for them. This is all, in line to bring forth the so-called Antichrist. Um, but this is all planned. This is all the Anunnakis doing. All the kings that are sitting in their seats, they're all from the same bloodline. No matter what country they come from, they're all from the same bloodline, and that's the Anunnaki bloodline. So these are their people that they seeded to run the world. So they're all a part of the same bloodline. No matter the race, they're all a part of the same bloodline. They're the ones that they put in power while they, watch the world develop, watch humans developed. Um, I don't believe that these beings had left this place. I believe that they are in the skies. And they are cloaked. You can't see them, but their ships are there, and they are there. They do believe in transferring consciousness into a body, so they do believe in doing that. Just as well as Billy Carson talks about Toph. Toph say he can be anywhere at any time and transfer his consciousness to whatever body he chooses. He's an Anunnaki too. He's just a philosopher. He's the one that creates knowledge. But I just believe that this is orchestrated, and timing is everything. That's what I see. Timing is everything. It is their prophecy, because they have a hand in it the whole time. People think that some things that just happen out of the clear blue sky, and it just doesn't work that way. These things are planned. These things are, and I know that these people are not that intelligent. I mean, they are intelligent, but they're just not. Trying to think, what's the word? They're not the creator. They're not they're not the Holy Spirit. They're not quote unquote, as so you guys can understand, they're not God. They are gods, so-called lowercase g, but they're fallen gods. I mean, any being can be a god. Even Satan is a god, even though it's an energy, but it once was a being. But because if there is a hell, and if there is a being that is in hell, consider this being is the god of that place, just like they have the god of this earth, and they also have the god of the heavens. And the one that is of the heaven, the one who created heaven, the one who created all life, the one who created uh, um, all of the cosmos, that is the true creator. This one that's written about in the books. No, no. This one is called Anu, which is the father of Enki and Enlil. And a lot of people try to confuse this and saying that Marduk is really Enki, but Marduk is Enki's son. A lot of people try to confuse that, but Marduk is actually Enki's son, which a lot of people are saying it's Amun Ra, which is um, Marduk. And this Marduk is supposedly the one that says, this is the one that they're speaking about in the Bible, that pray to no other gods but me. You're talking about Marduk. Marduk is the one that says that. Marduk is the one that supposedly supreme being, but this is Enki's son. But it can all get kind of confusing. But Marduk supposedly had killed Enlil. There's a pattern in both of these because it's going off of Greek mythology. And also the what is it? The comics, the comics, the Marvel comics. You know, they try to put Superman and Zeus as the same person. They put Wonder Woman as the Babylon, well, the horror Babylon, basically. This is what they classify Wonder Woman as being. Um, it's all a story, basically, and it's all prophecy, but it's not the creator of all things prophecy. It is the Anunnaki's prophecy. It is the Bible that is written. It's their Bible, but there is some that's so above and so below. You know, it's just a recreation of what has already been, that's already happened, but just with a twist and a lot of lies. There are some truths, but there's some lies that are in the Bible. You just have to have the power of discernment on which is true and which is not. As so above is so below. You think that there was only an Eve here on earth. Like I said, as so above as so below. So if there was an Eve up above in the heavens, there was definitely an Eve. There is definitely an Eve that was here on earth. But this Eve was created by the Anunnaki. This Eve was created by Enki and Enlil. So, like I said, is an agenda, and it is a repeat. It's a repeat cycle. The only difference is years has gone by, and time changes. Technology changes, people change, people evolve. This is what it's about, evolving. Imagine how many people that's died that's died and was not ever awakened, doing the same thing over and over again, and they died and they have not awakened. They will repeat that life again until they awaken, because you're supposed to awaken before you lay down, before you are, in this case, because they don't like when you say the D word, but unalive, you're supposed to be awakened before this happens, because this makes the transition smoother, because at that point you don't fear death. Every person that is awakened, you ask them if they fear death, and they'll tell you no. So, because it's a transition, I don't like talking about death because it's not a positive thing, but in an aspect, it is the graduation. But those that do not awaken before this time period, they will repeat the same life again until they get it, because it's all about evolving. If you don't evolve, if you cannot evolve, you're going to continue to until you get it. So it's just about recognizing all that are around you and really tapping into all senses. And you have more than five senses. So but this is the Anunnaki's agenda. This is not something that just happened and is written and it happens organically. It's not organically. It's not happening organically. It's happening by forced hands. This war is forced. It's forced by hands. It's being pushed by hands. It's not something that just happened organically. Everything is pre-planned in this life. Everything is pre-planned by those that are watching the skies, those that are in the skies, those that are surrounding this world in their ships, because they are having the chess pieces and you're the chess piece and they're moving you on the board where they see fit. But there are some of those chess pieces that they can't move. It's like they try to go for that chess piece and their fingers pass right through it. Those are the ones that they cannot control. Those are the ones that they cannot move how they want to make them move. But this is only until you have been awakened. Once you have been awakened, you can move where you want to move on a chessboard. You can create whatever you want to create. You can do whatever you want to do. At that point, these beings, they have no more control over you. The reptilians, they have no more control over you. The draconians, they have no more control over you. These tall whites, these what they call these mantis beings, they have no more control over you. Once you finally awaken to who you are, they cannot move you anymore on a chessboard. It's like you're a ghost. When they try to go reach for that chess piece and try to move it, they can't, because their hands just pass right through it, so they can't grasp you. But once your frequency is lowered, then yeah, I mean, you can pick pick up anything. But when the frequency is extremely high, it's vibrating so high, you can't pick it up because it's like you're a ghost, like your hand just passed right through it. So once you awaken, once you truly awaken, you can move. And even when you leave this place, even when you unalive, so called, um, you still have control. Because why? Because you awakened before this happened, or before whatever happens to you, to where you're no longer on this plane, on this 3D physical realm plane. At that point, you still have control, because it's already in your subconscious that you are already free. This is the only way you can become free. Free of everything. Free to do what you want to do, move about how you want to move. Because there are a lot of those that are being controlled by the Anunnaki, being controlled by the reptilians, being controlled by the Draconians. A lot of people are being controlled by the Anunnaki. I said that, being controlled by the Anunnaki. A lot of people are being controlled and being driven by fear. When you fear no more, you're free. But this is their game. This is their world. This is their book. This is what they're written. This is their writings. This is what they wanted the hominids to see. They were told not to interfere, but they did anyway. They were told Earth was the forbidden fruit. Earth was the forbidden fruit in the garden. But like I said, as so above, as so below. These Anunnakis are just recreating what happened in the heavens. That's all it is. Combining, this is the problem with the Anunnaki. Even though we're in these suits and there's a certain light that's given to us, this light cannot be recreated. Oh man, this light cannot be recreated at all. It cannot be recreated. So these beings were troubled how the Holy Spirit was able to put this light in these bodies. But once you are able to get control of the body using the light, you can do anything. Raise the frequency. You don't necessarily have to unalive to leave this earth. You can leave the body that you're in. But some people don't believe that. I would say a lot of people don't believe it. You just have to get your vibrational frequency as high as possible and become a light body. Watching the things you eat, watching the things you put in your body. I'm guilty for eating sweets, candy, well not candy, but mostly cookies, ice cream, well not ice cream either. It has to be made of cashew milk or almond milk or something like that, or yeah. But I'm guilty for that. And eating chips, I try to just eat like the corn chips because it has no nutrients in it. It's a filler, because corn is a filler. I mean, corn is not really You get no nutritional value out of corn. Um, it just passes right through you. It really doesn't really leave any toxins or anything in your body, but it's just passes right through you. It's just a filler. But I'm guilty for doing that. But I try to minimize on those type of things. And if I do go for some kind of cake or something like that, it's apple pie or something that's like, you know, sweet potato or pumpkin, that it's not too hard and too rough on the suit, so to speak, the internals. But once you learn how to control this shell along with your light body, raising the frequency at a high vibration frequency. But when you're vibrating at a high frequency, people see that as darkness or evil or something like that. They don't see it as light, they see it as darkness. And basically, when you're vibrating at a high frequency, you tend to become a mirror or a reflection of what somebody, they begin to see their own reflection. Basically, when you're vibrating at a high frequency, you become a mirror to them. So therefore, they're looking at you, but actually they're looking at themselves, but they're seeing their darkness as within them. Basically, you just become a mirror because you're vibrating at such a high frequency that it's no more density, it's no more dense, it's nothing but light. But it just, when light hits a mirror, it reflects light everywhere. Or when you're in a, when let's say you cover your walls like mine is, you know, that knock down some of the brightness in the room. But as soon as you take these um, curtains down, these black curtains behind me, the room lights up again. So when you're so bright and you're so light, it reflects their darkness, and they think they're looking at darkness, but when they're really looking at light, light overpowers darkness. But I'm done with that. I'm gonna leave it here. Like, subscribe, share. Each one teach one. Um, I don't know when the next time I'm gonna get back on. I just wanted to reiterate on about the Agigis or Egigis and the Anunnaki. The Egigis didn't create the Anunnaki, and Enki and Enlil, Marduk, and Ninharsag, I think that's her name. Um, they are the ones who modified, well, Enki is the one who modified the hominids. This being just only took what the Creator created, basically, and genetically modified it. I don't consider myself from them. I'm before them. I come before the Anunnaki. So I don't consider them being a creator of mine. I was just listening recently about how they haven't created anything. They really didn't create anything. They just basically, but if you believe that you come from the dirt of this earth, then that's where you will stay. You believe that you're from the heavens. You feel that you are a what do we call star seed, then that's where you go back to. But I'm gonna leave it here. thank you all for listening. Thank my old subscribers and new subscribers. Thank you very much for tuning in, watching my videos, things of that nature. Those that are just dropping by, visiting, thank you. Pass a message on. This may help someone in the long run, or it may help them to understand what's going on. Because these Anunnakis, they have an agenda. Inky and Enlil, and especially Marduk, they have an agenda, and it's not a good one. But anyway, Ancestor Lyran and Carrion Race, I'm over here. Thank you for listening.